About 6 months ago, we had our second child, and when he was born, everything was great. That night, they took him away from us, and I was about to go back on the road for a thing called Winter Jam, so it was a really tough time for me. Period. I was about to leave, just had a kid. They took the kid away and put him in the ICU, and they said, "We don't know what's wrong with your son. We think there's something wrong with his heart. We think there might be something wrong with his breathing. He might have to wear a monitor for the rest of his life. He might have to wear a monitor for the first year of his birth." And I don't know if you've had a kid, but there's nothing more painful than hearing something's wrong with your kid. And the emotions that I went through in that week of watching my son hooked up to wires and not knowing if this was going to be permanent and not knowing what was going to happen next, all I could literally do was just breathe in and breathe out. And all I felt God saying to me was, "I'm going to breathe into you and give you the strength. Amen. You're just going to have to trust me through all this." Well, just like how God does, 3 months after that, he was diagnosed completely healed. There's nothing wrong with him. Praise God! But I titled the song I originally titled the song "When God Doesn't Make Sense," but I retitled it "When Life Doesn't Make Sense," because that's what we go through. We go through junk that doesn't make sense, and God is still the same God of that part of your life as He is when everything's going great. And it was a very hard song for me to write, to recall those emotions, but I know that we're all in that boat sometimes. And when life doesn't make sense, sometimes all you can do is breathe in and breathe out. And that's all I sat there and watched my son do, is breathe in and breathe out. And he's fine. So be encouraged with that. So sorry. Anyway.